if you're watching this video, it's probably because you're kind of in between two level. So example, you're in between the experienced beginner intermediate, or maybe you're in between intermediate and strong intermediate and you just can't decide. The reality is that there's a lot of you. So I thought I would just kind of share a few thoughts that could help you make a decision. So a biggest thing I found when you're in between is learning environment preference. So what I mean by that, I'm going to use a bit of a little somewhat analogy. So let's think it about first, we'll start about the sunrise. So the sunrise would be, let's say you're between the intermediate and the strong intermediate. So if you're looking to jump up to the strong intermediate, you would be the sunrise. So you're just starting your journey into the strong intermediate. While let's say on the other end, you would be at the end of the day, so the sunset for the intermediate level. So where is it beneficial to be a sunrise? So type of learning environment is so going back, it would be the strong intermediate. So it's like stretching out your ability, stretching out your skill set. So if you're a person that thrive to have other people that are better than you and that inspire you and that make you really want to work harder, and it really gets you excited, then this could be a really good option. Also, taking in mind that you have achieved the prerequisite and you may need to work extra hours. That means you will need to do some skills, and in between lessons you will need to potentially extra rides if you're, let's say, doing a weekly program. So, or you just feel like at least you have the real strong foundation at the beginning. So that would be when you would be like, okay, I will jump into the next level. On the other end, for the sunset, if I pick the sunset, so instead, let's say I would pick the intermediate level. So that's where you would shine is basically when you're within the group, you're the strongest, and they push you to really perfect your technique, to really build stronger that foundation, because there's always something you can learn and improve and refine. And sometimes there's words you didn't hear before that you will hear, that will make sense, and removing the stress level of trying to keep up with a group and just having that relaxed environment where you're like, okay, I'm going to still push myself doing something a bit better. That will strengthen your roots, your foundation, so it will allow you to move to the next level. So again, looking for a bit more of a relaxed environment, so you're not adding stress to you. You're not going to ride a lot in between or before the course, so just allow you to still improve your skill set in a bit more relaxed environment. And I like to bring up, we'll use between the experienced beginning and intermediate, where would that be detrimental? So things we notice. So sunrise. So again, sunrise would be between experienced beginning and intermediate. That would be the intermediate level. So where it would be detrimental if I'm at the beginning of this journey, if I haven't had a chance to write a lot before or during the course, or when I'm in a skill set and I feel like I'm like way behind the rest of the group, I'm gonna get in my head and feel so bad people are waiting for me, and I would get frustrated of myself, apologizing. That's where you really want to avoid being in that situation. You want to seek a little bit more into maybe going in a lower group. So again, you can strengthen that foundation because you're going to still learn something, you're still going to improve and build up that strength. On the other side, if you go into the sunset where it could be detrimental, so you're like sticking into the experienced beginner in that way. So if your mindset is like you're bored, you don't feel challenged, you're frustrated, you feel things are repetitive, and you like to be pushed. That's really your goal. You're like, I'm happy where my skill set are. I really need to be pushed. And because you're not receptive, you're not interested because you feel unchallenged, then you won't progress. So that's where you would be better into sunrise. So overall, it's a lot of like, digging in and just try to figure out where would I fit better, how much time commitment do I have to be able to pick that choice when you're in between the two level. Because the reality is that it does happen a lot to be in between. So it's to make sure that you're setting yourself up for success and matching with the learning environment that you want to be in. As I strongly believe that you can learn in both way, but if you're not set up your mindset and you want something else, then it's not going to work. And those learning cycle will be different depending of some whatever you want to learn. So it's not like I'm only going to do well in as a sunset or as a sunrise. So it can change throughout your bike career. You may go from sunset when you're looking to move you're in between experience beginning and intermediate, but on the other side, let's say you will be more a sunrise when it's between intermediate and strong intermediate. So again, ask yourself those questions, and as always, if you have some question or help, you can comment below, you can contact us, and hopefully that helped to make a decision in between programs.